Hey everyone, we're actually not at Giga-Bites Cafe today. We're at Tree Fork Games, which is down in Fayetteville. It's south of Atlanta. It's another actual great game store down here. I've been playing some people down here recently because people have been getting into Dropzone. This is Eric, this is Alex. I'll be playing Eric today. He's volunteered. How many games have you played? Is this your fifth, sixth? Bravely to go on video, to be cheers to him for being brave to do this. I appreciate it. So we're going to play ground control today. There's no tokens or anything. Ground control is basically just table quarters. The table is divided into quarters, so dividing line down the middle here. There's another dividing line right about there. And at the end of the game, whoever has the most points worth of stuff in each quarter wins it, and you get 2 victory points per quarter. And that's it. So it's usually like a 4-4 or a 2-6 or something like that. We'll be back in just a second with our armies. All right, here is my 1,500 point PHR army. Kind of similar to the one at LBO, but a couple changes. So I've got an Odin and a Zeus and a Neptune with a level 2 commander, going low commander this time. Armor group with 2 Phobos and a Neptune, 2 Mencheats and a Neptune. I've got a infantry group with 2 Immortal Snipers in Angelos with the new rules in a Neptune, and 2 Healers in a Neptune. Heavy group with a Hades and a Poseidon. Scout group with a unit of Valkyries in a Triton and a unit of Sirens in a Triton and an Athena.
Okay, in today's 1,500 point Scourge Army, I came in at $14.99. My commander's a master, and he's in a desolator. I have 3 Ravagers and a Harbinger, and then I also have 4 Minders in my Oppressor war group with an Intruder Beta. The next is my Vanguard. I have 3 Hunters and a Marauder and 3 Reapers and a Marauder. The next one's another Vanguard with just 3 Stalkers and a Harbinger with a mini Arccaster. My Warriors is 3 stands, each of them in Invaders, and the Invaders in a Marauder. And the Occupational Patrol is 2 Destroyers and an Intruder Alpha, 2 more Destroyers and an Intruder Alpha, and 4 Minders and an Intruder Beta.
All right, here we are with our direct deployment. You may notice there is no direct deployment because every single one of our units comes in a dropship, so we can't do that. Here we are at the start of turn 1. I won the roll-off and I made Eric go first, and nobody played any cards.
Yeah, I moved up my 2 Marauders, one straight up this area, and dropped my skimmers. Moved same way up here, dropped my skimmers over here.
All right, I activated my armor group. Sorry, no, not my armor group, my infantry group. My Angelos dropped off here and put the snipers into this building, and the Helios moved up over here and just got out on the street.
Okay, I moved up my Marauders. I dropped one of my Invaders here and put the Warriors in the building. I moved the Marauder on up to here, disembarked the Invader, and put the Warriors in this building.
All right, activated my heavy battle group. The Poseidon flew in, and the Hades disembarked here.
I moved my intruders.
That's an intruder.
Intruders up the Beta to drop my Minders, and I moved my Alpha intruders up to these buildings, flanking him. This one went to the deck, but they have not dropped their contents.
They had destroyers inside those. All right, I activated my command group. This is Zeus and the Odin flew up here and disembarked.
I moved my Harbinger up with the Stalkers, left them inside.
That's it. All right, I activated my armor group. My Mencheats flew over here, stayed inside their dropship, and my Phobos went up here and disembarked.
Okay, I've moved my Harbinger up the board with the Ravagers. I moved my Intruder over here with the Minders, and I moved my Desolator right to the right of the building.
And then this is to the deck, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I brought my scout group. My Valkyries came in here and got into this building. And my Sirens moved over here. They're still in their Triton, right there. All right, start of turn 2. Eric won the roll for initiative. I assume you're going first?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. He played an Abandon All Hope card. He rolled a 1. I had to discard 1 random card. It ended up being a call for extraction. And then I rolled for my reserves, and my Athena is in.
Okay, I've moved my 2 invaders up, disembarking my destroyers. I've also spread out and moved up my minders.
And their transport is behind this building.
Hidden behind a...
All right, I activated my infantry group. My snipers went to the wall, didn't really shoot anything. The Angela skimmers moved up here, stayed out of range of the plasma charger, just barely. Shot that building, actually, back here with the warriors in it, did some damage. The Helios moved up. I was really hoping to shoot his Harbinger there, but it was out of range, unfortunately, so I took out 1 minder, and then that was all that was in range, so they just shot this building, did a couple of points of damage. The dropships shot their missiles, didn't do anything, and that's it.
Okay, I moved my Desolator up. I unloaded my Harbinger of my Ravagers. Moved 2 around that side, 1 around this side. I moved my Intruder around and dropped the minders.
That's about it.
No shooting.
All right, I activated my Athena. It came on an attack run through here. These disembarked this turn, they can't fire. It shot the Desolator. I rolled 1 hit out of 6, which is awful, did no damage. His 1 minder took a reaction fire shot, also did no damage. So there we go.
Okay, all I did was reposition my Reapers, moved the Marauder around to the back and it went to the deck. I moved my Hunters up, brought their Marauder around, dropped him to the deck.
Alright, I activated my command group. The Zeus went up here, had a clear shot on that Hunter. I shot it and missed. The Odin couldn't see any tanks, so it just shot the building with the warriors over there, if you don't mind panning the camera back to that building. It did 4 damage to the building, but no falling masonry. And then the dropship shot the building, did 1 damage, 1 falling masonry, killed 1 guy in the warriors squad.
Okay, I moved my Harbinger up, dropped my 3 Stalkers, and then moved the Harbinger back to try to get out of the way of his anti-air.
Just get out of the range of those Phobos there. Alright, I activated my Hades. The Hades moved 4 inches sideways so I could stay out of range of the plasma chargers. It fired its tail cannon at the 2 Stalkers who were here, killed them both. It fired its nanomachine swarm over here at the Ravagers. I could only hit 1 of them, but I got lucky, rolled a 5, killed it. Fired its miniguns at the destroyers here in the building. Managed to do 2 damage to the building, no falling masonry damage. The Poseidon plinked the building with 1 shot, did nothing.
Moved my Marauder from here to over here, and it went to the deck. Then moved my troop transport.
I'll just come around
to the back of the building because the building's beginning to get a lot of holes in it.
And those guys just sort of stayed pat in the back building there. Alright, I activated my armor group. My men sheets disembarked here, just in range so that they can flame this without getting plasma charged. He tried to get really lucky and shoot the Stalker, didn't happen. Then my Phobos moved over here. They killed 2 of the minders who were sitting over here. And the Neptune plinked this building, did 2 damage to it, but no falling masonry. Alright, so I activated my Siren group. They saw there was way too much anti-air over here. It was getting too dangerous, so I just completely relocated them here. And the Valkyries jumped out of their building into that building, which they were just barely in range of. And that's it. Start of turn 3. Eric won the roll-off, and nobody played any card.
Okay, I moved
Hunters.
my Hunters up. All 3 of them shot on the one in the front, took him out.
Got the Helios there.
I shot at the building. I didn't do anything.
You missed the building.
Missed the building.
Yep.
Somehow. I didn't move my
Reapers.
and I moved my Marauder up, and he went to the deck.
Alright, activated my armor group, had my men sheets flame the destroyers, managed to take out 1 base but do no damage to the other base. Men sheets shuffled up a bit. The Neptune shot at the Ravager back here, did nothing. The Phobos moved up here, killed an Intruder and a Minder. Their dropship shot at the building here, did 2 points of damage, but no falling masonry damage. That's it.
Okay, I moved up my
Desolator.
Took a single shot on one of his
Men sheets.
and blew it up.
Yep, so that's dead. It was there.
I moved one of my minders over a little bit just for an arc of shot. I took a shot at his transport with my Harbinger. and didn't do any damage, and repositioned my Ravagers and took a shot and did no damage.
Yep, so that Ravager is still not fired. All right, activated my unit with the Helios and the Immortal Snipers. So the Helios moved up here, shot its 2 weapons and killed 2 minders. Its transport went up here and took a really just speculative shot, managed to kill a hunter, got really lucky, rolled a 5 and a 6. Immortals went to this wall, shot at this stalker back here, hit it 7 times, but did not roll a single 6. Their Angelus transports moved up along here, shot the building, did some damage to it, but did not kill any destroyers. Their transport also shot the building. That's it.
Okay, I moved around the corner with my stalker, shot at his AA.
Missed it.
I missed it.
Yep.
I moved around with my Harbinger, shot his transport with his sirens.
Yep, with the sirens in it.
Destroyed the transport, but somehow or another it landed
Safe
safely.
landing. Yep, so the sirens are just sitting there on the ground. All right, activated my command group. Zeus and Odin walked forward 2 inches. Their dropship moved up here. Everything shot those 2 hunters and blew them up.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I moved up my 2 invaders, take a shot at his
Mencheat.
Yeah, his flamer guy. I hit him, and here's pretty much the game.
Yep, sorry about that.
Terrible dice rolling. And I did not move my destroyers.
Destroyers stayed in the building, and then the minder
Minder
stayed. All right, activated my Hades. Shot its cannon and its nanomachines at the Ravager over here, blew it up. Shot the miniguns at the destroyer building, did 3 damage to the building, still didn't hurt the destroyers. Poseidon missed the building.
Activated my warriors, didn't do anything with the ones in the building. Took a pot shot at the building with the plasma hose, got hosed with a 1.
That's it. All right, I activated my scout group. Valkyries jumped out the window into the building there with the warriors, and their dropship moved over there, hanging out with the Marauder. And the sirens were on the ground because their dropship got blown up, and now they got in the building. All right, activated my Athena, came in here. The minder took a shot at it, missed. It shot a cruise missile at the building, did 4 damage, didn't roll that well, killed 1 destroyer in there. And it's finished out its attack run like that, which is out of range of the rest of his AA. And start of turn 4, I actually got really lucky, managed to win the initiative, despite being at a 2-point disadvantage from our command values. This is now a CQB there, and nobody played any card. All right, I activated my Phobos and Mencheat group. Phobos fired at the Desolator here, managed to do 3 damage to it. Their transport shot the building, it did nothing. The Mencheat fired at this group of destroyers, did 2 points of damage to the destroyers. Their transport ran away. It moved too far to shoot. So
Okay, my Desolator shot at the
Mencheat.
flamethrower and only did 1 point of damage.
Yep.
The Ravager embarked onto the Harbinger and moved this way, and the minder just sat there aimlessly.
All right, activated my Athena. Came in here, same vector. The minder hit it, couldn't damage it. I rolled pretty well, finished off the Desolator with 3 damage points. Finished through there, no other AA. All right, so he activated his warrior unit. We fought this out. I killed 11 warriors, and they'd already taken 1 damage. There's 3 left. He killed half my Valkyries, so there's 1 base left. He decided to call it. So, I mean, we can just look around at the board here. It's not going well for the Scourge right now. I've really only taken this as casualties, not the Athena. And I've killed, 2 Stalkers there, 3 Hunters, 2 of your Ravagers over here. Your Commander, I'm pounding that building down, and they might not be able to get out. So it's just not going that well. So we just decided to call it, give it as a win for the PHR.
Yep.
So any thoughts on the game?
I think that I overextended, and I have difficulties killing PHR rolling 1s.
Yeah, and any tank fight against the PHR is usually going to be pretty tough, because that's kind of their strength.
Yeah, it was a hard scenario.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, we when we rolled this up, we rolled this randomly at the beginning of the day, and Eric pointed out like this is a tough mission for Scourge, especially against PHR, just because PHR are good at holding ground with their tanks, and you're
there's
gonna have
only how many How many? 3?
I think it says 8
8?
there. But yeah, I was on my way to bringing that building down. You could have gotten them out, though, because you still have 2 transports, so they could have escaped. You would have been okay.
And I was going to just try to redeploy them over there.
Yeah. The Hades was able to do good damage. The one thing I really had trouble against was his Desolator, just because I didn't take a crazy amount of AA in this list, and I had a really unlucky roll on the first turn with my Athena. I did 0 damage to it on my first attack run. And I managed to balance that out by getting lucky twice in a row. 3 points of damage on the Phobos, 3 points of damage on the Athena. That did it. I wasn't expecting that to happen, actually. I was expecting him to just kind of walk over me with that Desolator.
Actually, I forgot those. Just to be honest.
The Phobos? You forgot they were there. Yeah.
And I got a little bit I really wanted to knock those units out. I didn't think he could bring the building down before the end of the game. But he had an awful lot of building pounding stuff.
It was just a lot of little stuff. I just kept throwing everything I had at it.
And that's something that I haven't done up until this point. Is I don't pound buildings in general.
Well, it can be a really good tactic, especially if, well, I mean, you have destroyers and eviscerators, which could take on pretty much anything. But if you find yourself in a situation where you can't take on the other person's infantry, it's a good tool to have, because otherwise you're just kind of out of luck. Either that or Flame. We were just talking about stuff that he could add to his list. Screamer Raider would be pretty powerful. I'm trying to convince him to take his Prowlers, because I'm convinced those are a really good unit. But I appreciate you being such a good sport and agreeing to play on video. I mean, having only played 5 games.
I don't mind.
Yeah, so
I appreciate the game.
So, any other thoughts? Mission or something like?
Nope. Just looking forward to the next time.
Cool. Appreciate it. Thank you.